Hello friends, what's going on? Welcome on back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. Of course, the daily. That's right, every single ruddy day, daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it. More importantly, asking for yours. Law of the Telegraph reports. Chelsea consider sensational, stupid bid for Aston Villa striker. Sportigo journalist gives us an update on what's going on with the Jordan Brand partnership. Ooh, actual insight, and maybe not just a dream. I do want to talk about the partnership a little bit more. I know, understandably, not everyone is on board with Jordan, a basketball brand making a football kit. I like it! We're going to carve into all of that together, you and me, friend. If you want to support the content, you are most welcome to, simply by subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy. And if you want to subscribe, hit the bell, I would recommend, and why not drop a like on the video? It's a fleeting millisecond of your existence. Most of you just watch the video and don't do it. Hey, take a second now. Like the video, hey? Nice. Should also say, actually, I'm closing in on 180,000 subscribers, which I think is a significant number, and you, my friend, could be the difference. Alright then, let's get into it. Starting off with this article from Matty Law, Chelsea eye surprise move for Aston Villa striker Jordan Duran. The Colombian has scored 4 goals this season as Chelsea look for an answer to their continuing quandary at striker. Chelsea hold a legitimate interest in Aston Villa striker Jordan Duran and are considering making a surprise bid for the Colombia international before the closure of the January transfer window. Villa are already believed to have rejected an inquiry to take Duran on loan from West Ham United, and now Chelsea are weighing up an offer of their own. Reports in Colombia have claimed Chelsea's interest has intensified, and Telegraph Sport understands Duran is a name under careful consideration with a week remaining until the January transfer window shuts. Duran only joined Villa last January in a deal worth up to £18 million, and the 20-year-old has been a deputy to first-choice striker Ollie Watkins. Despite scoring 4 goals, 2 of which have come in the Premier League, this season, and making 35 appearances in total, Duran is understood to be keen on getting more opportunities. He's made 35 appearances already! That seems like a lot. I suppose they are in the Conference League, so they get extra games. I have some very strong opinions on it, which I'm going to share with you in just a moment. Let's read on. Whether Chelsea could provide him with more playing time would remain to be seen, given Duran would be cup-tied for the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, and the Blues have Christopher Nkunku returning from injury, and Nicholas Jackson's due back from AFCON soon. Villa have seen 2 bids rejected by Middlesbrough for forward Morgan Rogers, who scored against Chelsea on Tuesday night, and may allow Duran to leave if they can secure a replacement. While Duran is undoubtedly talented, he is still extremely raw and has earned 4 bookings in 14 league appearances so far this season, which is averaging a yellow card every 43 minutes. Wow, sounds like Nicholas Jackson. Any firm Chelsea move for Duran may as well rest on whether or not Armando Broja, who is thought to have interested Villa, leaves Stamford Bridge during the final week of the transfer window. Broja has netted twice this season for Chelsea, who value the Albania international at over 50 million quid. Woo! It remains to be seen whether or not that asking price drops, with West Ham United, Fulham and Wolves all interested but unwilling to pay such a big fee. Understandably. It is expected there will be a late flurry of transfer activity towards the end of the window, with midfielder Conor Gallagher's future still unclear and Chelsea willing to allow Trevoh Chalobah to leave. Chelsea host Villa in the 4th round of the FA Cup on Friday night, when Duran will be expected to play some part of the tie. Given his age and relatively low wages, Duran would fit the profile of signings under Chelsea's Bedadik Barley Todd Bowley control more than Karim Benzema, who is being offered to clubs on loan until the end of the season. Benzema is said to be unhappy in Saudi Arabia, but the 36-year-old's enormous wages would be a huge hurdle to overcome, and is not a deal that currently suits Chelsea, with Lyon interested re-signing the former Real Madrid star. If we can't afford the wages, there is no way that Lyon over in Ligue 1 can afford Karim Benzema's wages. Look, Karim Benzema, not happy, not going to play for a Saudi Arabia club, being offered around. I still think maybe it's the inner FIFA playing child inside me. I would like to just see Karim Benzema come down to Stamford Bridge for 6 months. Of course, it might hurt our profit and sustainability rules standing, even with just a 6 months paying his wages. I can't imagine they'd ask for a loan fee because his wages are so massive, and they probably understands that potential destinations just simply can't pay the money. And they will want him to go play football somewhere. I guess. I think the Saudi Arabian League wants Benzema to move within the league to another club where he plays, so they keep the asset for their project as a whole. But who knows, maybe he'll want to come to Europe. I don't think Benzema's completely dead in the water, I just think it's highly unlikely. Right, let's speak a little bit about John Duran then. It just seems horrendously dumb, unless there's something that I'm not getting, that I don't know here, that we don't know as a fan base, that we really do need to be signing just 20-year-old strikers on long deals with potential because Chelsea have foreseen something that's coming. Maybe, right? But this kid's got, 2 Premier League goals this season. He's not the solution to goal-scoring woes, and it's just another 20-something high-potential attacker to think, oh, might go well, let's put him on a 10-year deal, and hopefully we won't be lumbered with him for a decade, who ends up flopping. I'm being a little bit cruel here to the project, and I do see positives to what the Chelsea owners are doing, and they might come out of this looking really, really sensible, smart, trailblazers, etc. But at this point, I think all of us, collectively, can understand and agree that Chelsea's problems up front is seniority, an elite striker with the habit of scoring a lot of goals. This kid from Aston Villa represents the opposite of that. Now, Matt Law always goes on the London is Blue podcast. He's spoken about this before and says, look, if you think Breuer is raw, come and look at John Duran. So that kind of sentence says it all for me, really. This guy is not the solution. Anyway, I imagine, I'm going to throw my neck on the line here and speculate that many of you agree with my take on this, but maybe some of you don't, and maybe you can enlighten me and say, look, Jan, this kid plays in a different way, he's actually going to fit stylistically in what Chelsea want to do, and with a little bit of coaching, looks like he could do a lot more, he'll make sense. Fine, let me know, and of course, then you sell Breuer, I guess, get some pure profit, and I guess you wouldn't pay that much for this kid, John Duran, so financially you'll be better off? So maybe it's good? I cannot wait to hear your thoughts and opinions on this quite wild story, man. That being said, let's move on and talk about Jordan. Right, Lucas Bazcek tweets this. This guy is apparently a reporter for Sportico. Jordan Brand is in negotiations with Chelsea and Tottenham as part of an extended cooperation with Nike on the club's alternative jersey. Interesting. So off the bat, that's interesting. That's maybe not Chelsea's long-term manufacturer. Maybe it's just an alternative jersey for one kit, which kind of would make everyone happy because I get to see that special kit. The people who don't like the idea of a basketball brand being Chelsea's kit manufacturer will be like, well, it's just a special edition. Maybe everyone will be happy then. The key condition is to ensure the clubs play in European Cups next season. Well, there you go, that's a little bit of a tricky one for Chelsea. Should we win the Carabao Cup against Liverpool, who is now our finalist opponent, then we will of course qualify for the Conference League just by winning that one game at Wembley. That's a European Cup competition, and if we are to believe this, then we could get the deal with Jordan. Jordan Brand would prefer Chelsea due to its greater recognition as a football brand and past success. Yeah. Well, yeah. The iconic brand with the Jumpman logo chose London because it's the city considered to be one of the biggest world's fashion capitals. That makes sense, and yes, they probably want to get their foot in London a bit more. The Jordan brand is counting on success, as is the case with many collections from PSG, also in the field of streetwear. The US brand is not considering cooperation with Liverpool, which is outfitted by Nike due to its ownership ties with LeBron James and his brand. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, I guess. So what have we learned here? Chelsea need to qualify for Europe to get a deal to go ahead, which is doable by either winning either cup or indeed getting top 7 in the Premier League. Top 7 or top 8? Certainly top 7. We can do that, right? They would rather work with Chelsea than Tottenham because Chelsea and Tottenham. And they wouldn't consider working with Liverpool due to the affiliations with LeBron James. Look, I like this. I know it's very Americanized, and that's where we are now with our owners. Look, man, I love the old school Chelsea kits. I love the Umbro, some of the old classics. And I get when people go in my comments, oh, keep this basketball jersey away from, Chelsea, go back to Adidas, go Umbro, all this kind of stuff. But the truth is, Umbro ain't gonna get you the peas, mate. So we can't be thinking about that anymore. Maybe Adidas, but I don't know, man. I kind of like Nike. I just think Nike stitched us up. Nike's a brand. They make some cool stuff, but we ended up just getting the raw deal, apparently. Jordan make really good-looking kits. I really like the logo. It will become an all-timer and historic kit. And I think maybe if they just do a deal where they do, a third kit, right, because it's an extension of Nike, then everyone would be happy, I think. I don't think people will be too annoyed about that. Anyway, let me know, comment down below your thoughts on the Jordan kit. I'll be very interested to learn what the collective fan opinion is about that. And yeah, comment about everything I've spoken about. Of course, daily videos, sometimes more than one, so do consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. And like I said, we're pushing 180,000 subs now, so that's pretty dope. Maybe you guys can be the difference. And yeah, hope to see you guys back here very soon, so take care of yourselves. Peace.